In this video, we're going to look at adding lease data to properties in RPD. The first step is finding a property that we want to add lease data to. I'm going to head over to the properties page. I choose one at random, maybe search for Subway in Liverpool. That's filtered and is showing us all the subways in Liverpool. So there's a couple of ways I can then access the property, either press the edit button here, or I can just click on the marker on the map. And that is going to show us the property information for that particular subway. So we can see that on the left here, we currently don't have any lease information. Now, if we wanted to edit this property and start adding information, we could do it manually by pressing one of these edit buttons and then filling in the form. But that can take quite a bit of time. So we actually have some AI tools that can help make this much faster and easier to do. And there's two different tools that we have. So the first one is if you have a file with lease data in it. And so you'd upload the file to the property, press add file, browse. I'm going to upload this one. So we're uploading a lease summary, which is a Word document. I'm going to tag the file, call it a lease summary to keep things, it's an optional step, but helps to keep things organized. So we've uploaded the file and now going to view it. And we can see the lease summary document here on the left. And on the right, we've got this extract lease data button, which I'm going to go ahead and press. These first fields are showing us the landlords and tenants for the property. These aren't extracted from this document. These are the current set fields for the property. So you may need to change them if they're not correct. You can just click on them and then search for the company to set them. We then want to set the deal type that we're creating. So in this case, it's a new letting. And then all of the fields below this are the AI extracted fields from the document over here. So we can compare them side by side just to make sure that they're right. So we've got lease start, got the 1st of June 24, which looks correct. And then it's for 10 years. So we can see it's to 10 years. The rent, 32,000 and so on. So it looks like it's pulled the data across correctly. If it had got something wrong, you can just update it to the correct value again by clicking on it and then editing the value. And then finally, there is this overwrite checkbox. So what that does is if you've already got some sort of value saved for the property and you didn't want to update it with this new value, you can just uncheck that and then this won't be added to the property when we press the save button at the bottom. So if we go down to the bottom, going to hit save data, and we can now see that the property has all of the lease data added to it. And there's activity there showing that this was this lease data was added on a particular day. Okay, so the other way that we could add lease data to a property. So if we say we didn't have a lease document to upload and pull the data out of, like we just did. Say we spoke to the landlord or the tenant or somebody that gave us some information over the phone. We could save it as a comment. So we could go whatever information you wanted there. We could save that as a comment. And then we've got this little button here, the extract lease data. So if we hit that, it's going to show us pretty much the same form. So we've got these top fields are just showing us the landlord and the tenant that are set for the property. We can then set the type of lease data that we want to record. And then we can see that the fields then have pulled data through from the comment. So I wrote 10-year lease from March 2022 at 10K PAX. So we can see it's gone 1st of March 2022 for 10 years to the 1st of March for 23, £10,000 and so on. It's picked up the rent review clause, etc. And again, if we wanted to then save that, just press the save button. And we can see the lease data now has been updated to match the data that was in the comments. So there we go. That's how you can add lease data to a property. As you can see, you can do it either if you've got a document or if you don't and you just write the notes. In either case, you can use the power of AI to get that data saved against the property really quickly and easily. If you've got any questions or comments, please get in touch using the help channels on the website. Thanks for watching.